Stoic principles are a time-tested method for maintaining inner peace and mental fortitude in a world where uncertainty and change are constants. We explore Epictetus' ideas today to learn how to remain unwavering in our mind in every situation. Epictetus is one of the finest Stoic philosophers. Epictetus, who was a slave at birth until being set free, had to face many difficulties throughout his life. But rather than giving way to bitterness or hopelessness, he found solace in the teachings of Stoicism. It's our views and judgments about external events that affect us, not the events themselves, which is the secret of his mental peace. Taking up these principles. Why? Adopting the principles of Epictetus provides us with direction in overcoming life's obstacles, as well as a means of achieving emotional and psychological freedom. Where circumstances have no power over your inner peace, imagine facing life's ups and downs with serenity. That is what you get with these principles. First principle, differentiate what you can and can't control. Knowing the difference between what is and isn't under our direct control is one of the main tenets of Stoic philosophy, which Epictetus imparted to us with clarity and insight. What's the real meaning of this? Our reactions, thoughts, emotions, and actions are all within our control at their core. We are the only ones who can change them. However, we have no direct control over the external world, which includes the weather, other people's opinions, the economy, and any other external event. We may free ourselves from a great deal of needless pain by understanding this basic distinction. We experience tremendous peace when we give up trying to control the uncontrollable. Wanting things to be different from how they are frequently leads to frustration, anxiety, and anger. Epictetus encourages us to focus our energy on our inner selves, the only place where we actually own power. Second principle, view difficulties as possibilities. The skill of cognitive reframing is the focus of this principle. Epictetus always believed that our response to adversities, not the circumstances they present, defines who we are. Every difficult situation, every obstacle we faced invariably conceals an opportunity for growth and development. Have you been duped? It's an opportunity to learn about resilience and forgiveness. Have you ever had to face failure? It's an opportunity for introspection and growth. Epictetus encourages us to use adversities as fuel for our own growth rather than letting them drag us down. By doing this, we grow wiser, more resilient, and ultimately more free in addition to fortifying our character. This mind state helps us lead a life with more meaning and purpose through overcoming challenges. Third principle, never let other people's views define who you are. However, Epictetus cautions us against falling into the trap of relying too much on these external perceptions. Criticism, compliment, condemnation, and acknowledgement are all part of human contact. He would ask, why value you are dependent on what other people think? According to him, we place ourselves in a risky situation every time we base our sense of value and self-esteem on what other people think of us. In a sense, we are handing over control of our mental peace to other people. Every positive comment will make us soar, but every negative comment will bring us crashing down. Living on an emotional roller coaster is not a wise way to live. Rather, we ought to learn how to develop internal fortitude, a core that is unshakable by shifts in public opinion. Self-reflection, self-acceptance, and the understanding that our genuine value derives from how we live according to our own principles, not how we are viewed by others, are the foundations of this strength. Fourth principle, accept life as it is. Life moves in unceasing motion. Every human being through phases of growth and degeneration, and seasons change. For Epictetus, resisting this movement is like attempting to swim against a forceful current. It is laborious and ultimately pointless. Stoic wisdom encourages us to flow with the flow and to recognize the beauty and purpose in every stage of life. This is a deep understanding that some things are beyond our control, not passive resignation. Epictetus urges us to live fully in the present and to embrace each moment as an opportunity for virtue and personal growth, rather than lamenting what is past or worrying about what may happen in the future. With this mindset, we may face difficulties and adversities with the calm and serenity that stem from understanding that everything that occurs is but a part of life's larger cycle. Fourth principle, identify the things you can control. There are things that we cannot control, and Epictetus adamantly maintains that we must distinguish between them. For him, the main tenet of Stoicism is this ability to discriminate. Now let's consider it in perspective. Consider that your life is a garden. You have control over the seeds you plant, how to take care of them, and how much water to give them. However, you have no control over whether an unanticipated storm will occur or whether the sun will be too powerful on a certain day. In a similar vein, our domain includes our thoughts, decisions, and actions in life. The decisions made by fate, unanticipated events, or other people's reactions, however, are not. When you accept this distinction, you set yourself free from needless suffering because you will no longer exhaust yourself trying to control the uncontrollable and will instead focus on taking action where you can actually make a difference. Principle 6. Appreciate your personal independence. Internal freedom is that unwavering part of ourselves that perseveres in the face of adversity and is not swayed by external circumstances or other people's opinions. Our mind can be a haven of peace despite the turbulent external world. Epictetus tells us that although the external world can be restricting, imposing norms, expectations, and judgments, our internal response is ours and no one else's. Your mind, your thoughts, and your soul can always be free even if you are physically bound. When things seem oppressive and you're having a hard time, keep in mind this principle. Your response determines your actual level of freedom. Principle 7. Accept life as it is. Like other Stoic philosophers, Epictetus emphasizes the value of living in harmony with nature, even with regard to the essence of life. The infinite sequence of events that make up every moment of our lives is mostly out of our control. Epictetus encourages us to embrace the unexpected turns and turns life presents us with, rather than fighting them. In a really understanding sense, not a passive one. Recognizing that there is a rhythm and randomness in order and chaos, rather than surrendering, is what it means to accept. Instead of swimming against the river of life, we discover an inner peace and flexibility that enables us to handle any circumstance with grace and calm. This idea asks us to trust the process and let go of the impulse to control every element of our lives, realizing that every experience, good or bad, is a piece of the larger picture of our life. Do you need more Stoic insight in your life? Sign up now to ensure you don't miss any tips.